Welcome, wonderful people all over the world. My name is Ana, I'm part of the Pelicanus team, and today we're going to talk about biodiversity. Today, we're at the Instituto Humboldt, which is a big research institute for biodiversity in Colombia. Today, I'm with Santiago Castillo, which is a biologist from the institute. So first, Santiago, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, Ana. Well, my name is Santiago Castillo. I'm a researcher at the Instituto Humboldt. I've been working here for almost 7 years. I work especially on the creation of protected areas and also on general biodiversity.
As some of you may know, Colombia is recognized by its biodiversity. So today we're going to talk about some interesting facts about biodiversity in the country and have an expert explain us. So, Santiago, first, what is biodiversity?
Okay, biodiversity refers to all types of life that exist in a specific area or a country or in the planet. So it could be species, it could be ecosystems, it could be landscapes. It means just different forms of life that exist on Earth.
Okay, could you tell us what is the difference between biodiversity and megadiversity?
Well, I already told you about biodiversity. Biodiversity means those places that holds a lot of species or a lot of diversity in one specific place. So, for example, Colombia is one of those countries where you can find plenty of different kind of forms of life, especially species, in a specific area. Our country holds a lot of species compared to other countries in the world. So that's why we can consider ourselves as a mega biodiversity country.
Santiago, could you tell us why are some facts that influence the biodiversity in the country?
Well, we have like the advantage, in comparison with other countries, we have the advantage that we are located in a strategic place in our planet. Mm-hmm. We are just between the Pacific and the Caribbean. We have the Andes, this mountain range called the Andes. We have the Amazon, we have the West Plains of the Llanos. So we have too many ecosystems in the tropics that allow us to hold plenty of biodiversity. So in comparison with other countries where you have just a few kind of ecosystems, we have plenty of them in just this area of the world.
Okay, Santiago, if we're speaking worldwide, what is the ranking that Colombia has?
So we are definitely in the top 10 countries that have most biodiversity in the world, but for sure we are the first country that has most species of palms, also orchids and birds, but we are not the second country that has more species of plants, of bats, frogs, lizards. So almost in every kind of group that you find in the world, we are in the top 3 at least.
We're a top country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that you mentioned some of the species, can you tell us some representative species from the country?
Yes. I don't know if you have seen Encanto, the movie of Disney. Mm-hmm. Okay, right there you can find all the species that represent us. There are the Andean bear, the spectacled bear, the wax palm. This is the tall palm that we can find
from Valle del Cocora.
From Valle del Cocora and other places in the coffee region. We also have the tapir and the capybara is another species that is typical from here. Different kind of parrots, the jaguar. Those are mainly our emblematic species for Colombia.
Hey Colombia traveler! Do not miss out on the great additional information we always provide below in the description sections of all our videos. Now back to the video.
So for those who don't know, we also have species that represent our country. So we have a national flower, national tree, and national bird. So Santiago, could you tell us more about that?
Yes, well, our national flower is a kind of orchid, it's a cattleya. It's a beautiful flower. As a national tree, we have the wax palm, the Ceroxylum kinduensis is the scientific name. It is not really a tree, but still we classify it as a national tree. And as an animal, or emblematic animal is the condor, the Andean condor.
Okay.
This is this big bird,
Yeah,
huge
majestic.
bird, majestic in the Andes.
So where can we see those species? The Andean condor, the palm tree, the wax palm?
Well, the wax palm, there is a iconic place which is called the Valle del Cocora. It's in the coffee region, but is quite curious to know about it. Is that in the Valle del Cocora we have 2,000 palms,
Okay.
and those palms are the ones that attract more tourism, and even in our bills you can see the palms of the Valle del Cocora in there.
Yes.
But the place where we have more palms in our country is called the Tochecito Basin. We have almost 200,000 palms in the same place.
Wow.
Almost 100 times the same, 100 times the amount of palms that we have in Cocora. So it's an amazing place to see this.
Great.
And the Andean condor, well, it is more difficult to see it, but sometimes some people say that they see it in the Nevados National Park, and also in the Galeras National Park. Sometimes they see it.
So if you want to visit our country and watch some of the emblematic species, you can go to Toche in Tolima to see the wax palm, other than the Cocora Valley. And also, as Santiago said, the condor is more difficult to see, but you could go to Galeras or some of the national parks we have. Maybe you're lucky and you see it. Now that we know more about the context of biodiversity in the country, let's talk about how biodiversity is conserved and protected in all the country.
Okay, there's still a lot of things to do to really protect biodiversity. We are still losing biodiversity in our country, like in every country in the world. But even that said, there are plenty of tools that we have as a country to protect biodiversity, especially legal tools. We have been creating protected areas around the country. Those tools have been quite effective in some places, but still we need to work with communities so they can also protect biodiversity in their lands, not just inside protected areas, but also where they develop all their activities, where they do agriculture or other things. So there are strategies that are legal strategies, and the other strategies that are more community-based strategies.
Mm-hmm.
And we are trying to focus also on the second strategies, so we can have a bigger impact on the country, because protected areas are just located in specific places, but the other strategy could reach other countries of the other corners of the country.
So that the communities feel empowered to protect their own
Empowered
territory.
to protect the territory. So we are involving them in strategies like doing community monitoring with camera traps. We have this kind of cameras that you install on the forest, and they get activated when an animal crosses in front of the camera, so you can have a picture or a video of the animal. So when local communities see those animals in the cameras, they get like quite happy and proud of having this biodiversity in their own lands. This is a cool exercise to work with.
Mi nombre es Angélica Díaz Pulido, soy investigadora del Instituto Humboldt, soy bióloga, apasionada de la naturaleza, amo los felinos y las cámaras trampas se convirtieron en una herramienta para acercarme al estudio e investigación de estas especies que usualmente no son fáciles de ver y que por el contrario carecen de información para informar las decisiones en conservación que puedan asegurar su conservación a largo plazo. Las cámaras trampa son importantes porque se convierten en esta herramienta de investigación, nos proveen una cantidad de registros biológicos que previamente no teníamos o eran muy difíciles de obtener porque requerían de unos esfuerzos de muestreo demasiado grandes, pero al mismo tiempo han sido una herramienta para el acercamiento con las comunidades locales y para la apropiación social del conocimiento que ellas mismas proveen.
¿Existen otros esfuerzos de conservación en Colombia, además de las cámaras trampa? Acá en Ecopalacio y en el Parque Chingaza tenemos esfuerzos para entender cuáles son los individuos de oso que hay por acá. Parques Nacionales utiliza cámaras trampa para ver las marcas que hay en la cara y poder entender los individuos, pero no dependemos únicamente de eso. O sea, si nosotros estamos en el campo y hacemos fotografías con nuestras cámaras, con nuestro celular, eso también sirve como un registro y nos permite entender qué individuos están pasando en cierto tiempo por cierta zona.
Now, Santiago, can you mention some of the most important protected areas that we have in Colombia?
Every protected area is important, but we have like iconic protected areas that represent most of the country. The Chiribiquete National Park is the biggest park, I think, in the world.
Okay.
It's one of the biggest in the world. It's an area in the Amazon that protects plenty of biodiversity in it. It's an amazing place, but it is not open for tourism. It's just for protection. But we have other emblematic areas like the Sierra Nevada National Park. Some places of the Sierra Nevada can be visited by tourists. And we have also marine protected areas. We have protected areas in the West Plains, in the savannas of the llanos. We have small protected areas, like local protected areas that are bolstered by local people. So we have plenty of them, but I will say that those big ones are the ones that are more representative.
So now you know the importance that biodiversity has in our country and the richness that we also boast in terms of nature. So if you feel more interested to know about this topic, you can also visit our blog. We have plenty of blogs about the national parks we have, some of the most iconic species, and also tourist places that boast a rich biodiversity. Thank you, Santiago, for being with us. Thank you for explaining us why it's important to protect our biodiversity and our nature. So for more information on the Humboldt Institute, you can also visit their website, which is www.humboldt.org, and follow our social media. Thank you, Santiago.
You're welcome, Ana.
Thanks for watching this video. Write your comment down below, and we hope to see you soon here in Colombia.